Well, welcome John at the driveway garden in the kitchen. And as you can see, we're going to grow mushrooms. And I wanted the easiest way to grow these. And if you look at mushroom growing, you can get really into a lot of equipment and some technical things to grow certain mushrooms. But this is an easy, simple way. And I like doing that because I think all of us are more inclined to do it if it's less complex. Now, doing complex things, it can be fun. But this is, I don't know, just makes us more inclined to do it. So these are materials of what we need to use. Right here we have pine shavings, and this is called Aspen, is just the brand name. And the reason I got this is because these are kiln dried, so they're very clean, very sterile. So it's a good way to start. So you know you don't have any spores or other germs in there to compete with the mushrooms. I also sterilize the tub really well, clean that really well. So what we'll do is we'll take these pine shavings, they'll all go inside the tub. And once we get them all in there, I'm going to put some hot water in, and then we're going to put some boiling water in.
Why both hot and boiling?
Well, that's a good question. I think we probably could just use all hot water since these are very clean, both these items. But I'm going to add some boiling water just as an added measure to keep things sterile. So if there are any germs or things we missed, I hope that will get it. Anyway, it just gives us an assurance of a clean grow, so we get the mushrooms we want. So all these will go in here. We'll add the water as we mentioned. It will sit overnight. Once that happens, tomorrow we'll get our 5-gallon buckets out and we'll show you what we need to do to those to grow it and how to put this in those so we can grow some great Italian oyster mushrooms. All right. Okay, they packed this pretty good. So this may not all go in. That's fine, I can use it for more. I just need enough for 2 buckets, but I'm gonna fill the bin up. Just make sure I just have what I need, that's all. Maybe I'll get another one and go, oh yeah, that's a lot. Okay, a little more, we'll call it good. So I'll have some extra.
Is that gonna expand a lot?
No, actually, I don't think it will. It will just absorb, and and we'll find out for sure once we see it, but I don't think you're going to see major expansion. So that's plenty. I know I got to fill 2 5-gallon buckets, and that should be more than enough right there, I think.
Oh,
yeah. So we got that, and then we just have some hot water right now,
okay.
And then we're just going to pour that on, and just pour it over evenly. And the thing is, I will turn this somewhere before I go to bed just to make sure everything's even. And then we'll do a boiling pot next. All right, folks, we got our boiling water here. And we're going to try to pour that in as evenly as we can. And we got a nice, sterile, clean media to start with. So like we said, this will sit overnight. That's all we need. And we'll show you the rest soon. Well, folks, it's 24 hours later. And here's our pine shavings that we soaked overnight. Remember, we used the hot water and the boiling water. And I found this morning that there was some water at the bottom, so we had to drain it. It's hard to judge how much it soaks, but you want to make sure that excess water isn't there. And also, the best way to know, you can tell it's evenly moist now, but you want to get a handful and make sure you squeeze it as hard as you can, and nothing should come out. And so this is beautiful right here. I can see this is all moist, and I squeeze it, nothing comes out. So this is really good. So what we do now, this will go in first in this bucket, and we already drilled the holes, and it's just 1/4-inch holes. And it's amazing because you get these huge clumps that will come out of it, and it'll be supported by this little stem on there, and a hole, a big clump that can be a pound or more. But it's incredible how that grows. So anyway, that's all set. We got our holes drilled. Remember, it's a 1/4-inch drill. That's all you need, and they'll pop out of that real nice. You got to get a few holes in the bottom as well. And so once we do get it filled up, we will cover it up with the cover that came with it. here's our grain spawn. Let's get a good look at that. Get a handful and take a look. You can see, so that's the mycelium that you see, all the white. And that's what's going to spread through all the pine shavings. So what we'll do, we're just going to start with this. We'll put some of this in first. And just get a little, what we got, 2-3 inches maybe in there to start with. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then you're going to put your grain spawn in. And you want to break these up a little bit. Oops. And it does scatter. And actually, I'm just going to put a little more, but that's probably enough. So I got a good handful in there. And that'll be plenty to get it going. And now we'll just layer it all the way through. Easy as can be. A little more. So this is a great project because it's really not hard at all. And I think the rewards are going to be awesome.
Yeah, can't wait to eat them.
Yeah, and we're going to cook a good, I say we're going to cook a good meal out of them. Actually, my wife is going to help us, Brandon. Oh, okay. Actually, she's going to help you cook a good meal.
Okay.
Okay? Out of these mushrooms. Then I get to film for a while. And you should firm it out just lightly. Just compress it a little bit. You don't want to push real hard. Okay. So once this takes off, once the mycelium colonizes through all the pine shavings, it typically takes about 8 days, 8 to 12 days from there to pin, or the spores develop in little baby mushrooms, if you will. And once they pin, it's really basically about 8 to 12 days to some kind of harvest. And we'll kind of time that out and give you more info on that as it goes. We'll see how it works. So once you got these shavings all set and you do this, I mean, you can see the few minutes it takes.
It doesn't take long at all.
No. That'll be, make that a little thinner. Top it off, and then, so you start with pine shavings and end with it. Just like that. Actually, I probably want to make that completely full. And that will be good right there, actually. That will be good right there. And then, whoops. And we put the top on. And what we're going to do is we're going to grow these in 2 different spots, because I don't have a lot of convenient places in my home to do this, but I got a downstairs shower. I'm going to put one in there. And then I'm going to put one by a window I have in my basement down below, by a window. It has no sun or anything, but it's a little cooler down there. And that's where I'm going to try in 2 different locations, just see how the response is. I'm kind of maybe a little concerned about the shower area because it does need fresh air. And if a lot of CO2 gathers in the area, the mushrooms and the spores don't like that. But we'll just kind of see if that's an issue or not. But I'm going to test the 2 areas just to find out where we can grow them and to give you ideas what you can do. So the next one, we'll see what when they start pinning. We'll give you a nice shot of that. We'll keep you up to date on this. Well, folks, we're in my backyard. Here's my backyard pond and a beautiful weeping beech, which we'll show you next summer. So what's up next? So we're going to look at seeds in detail, seed sourcing, and also seed quality and what to look for when you're germinating so that when you do future purchases, you can find the companies that are really reliable through certain observations. So we're going to make a focus on that. Please hit that notification and subscribe, and it would be really great if you would like it. Thank you again for watching.